Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scared Shitless. I am Ryan, and today I am joined by Ali
How you doing, guys?
and Jamie.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are going to be playing a little game called Guess the Killer with what very little we have been given.
Let's call it Conjecture the Killer.
Yeah. They've released very little, a sentence or two about characters from the new Scream, which will be out in January, and we are going to take this sentence or two and completely speculate about each of them. There is like zero. We're really basing this off. It's just a bit of fun, and if you want to play along, let us know who you think the killer is in the comments section.
This
Ali,
might be interesting if you didn't
Yes,
know.
Ryan.
what were you saying first, Jamie?
Oh, this might just be interesting, for the people who didn't know that there was actually, these
A
little
little,
snippets.
yeah. People may not know
characters.
stuff's been involved, so they may enjoy it. And yeah, Ali, I was going to say, how qualified do you personally feel to guess this killer, potentially correctly, or maybe not at all correctly?
Let's go for limbo. Let's go in the middle. But for starters, before we get any further forward, I am not calling this thing Scream. I'm sticking to Scream 5 because we know what Scream is. We've seen it, everything like that. I am going with Scream 5, calling it that, if that's okay. Just
Fair
so
enough.
we can get everything.
You feel free to call it that. So it's
I'm calling
this
it
is
that.
on the Scream fandom page, and we have very little about the killers here. So this, the killers, this is all the characters. I mean, I
They're all
suppose we
killers.
do have a little about the characters. The characters, the killers, because as they say, the killer is always someone you know. So the killer is at least one of the people that we're going to go over today. And yeah, we'll say what there is about them and then try and guess who they are. So will we do it in alphabetical order? Does that seem right, or will we bounce from left to right and make our way down? What's your thoughts on it, Jamie?
Let's go with
Oh yeah, let's just work down so we're not scrolling up and down all the time.
Okay, so our first person is Amber Freeman. Let's see what they have to say about them. Amber Freeman. Okay, there's going to be a lot of adverts on this, by the way. I'm just trying to ignore all the ads. This is advertising nightmares. Speaking of advertising, though, if you would like to sponsor Scared Shitless, get in touch. We're up for it. So Amber Freeman is an upcoming main character. She is portrayed by Mickey Madison. Wow, that's all the information we got.
This one really is scarce on the details. I mean, some of the other ones have a bit more than that to go on.
Yeah. It says she's the first main character in a Scream movie to be Asian. But that's all we got on her. Occupation, high school student.
So we're going back to high school then with Scream 5.
She's not even got a part-time job. What a mooch.
What a bitch. Yeah. So we've really not got a lot on her. So I mean, she's definitely the killer. Obviously, that's the only possible.
You hit bingo on the first one.
Yeah,
Great job.
We've done it. We don't even need to keep going through this. We can just call it a day right there. So yeah. What's your thoughts on what little we have about Amber Freeman? Realistically, I think she'll be the first victim.
Yeah, I don't think she's the killer. Was she even in the trailer?
I can't remember.
I think she was. I think she was the first person when they said, "Why aren't you picking up your phone?" I think she was.
You think she was the person receiving the call, do you? I'm
not.
So. I'm not as
convinced.
But I mean, you might be right. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. It probably would have been good if I watched the trailer again before we done this. That might have helped a little. But
yeah.
Too bad. So, right, we will continue. We'll probably hopefully have more about some other characters. So, okay, we have Martha Meeks. Is this played by? Is this Randy's sister? I believe the image. Yes, that is Randy's sister. Or at least it's this. Yeah. Status. Randy Meeks' older brother. Okay. So Martha Portia Meeks was Randy's little sister in Scream 3. She's 17 years old and lives in Woodsboro. Yes, that was in Scream 3 though. And she's coming back in this one. She makes a return, still alive, at least for now. Okay, that's pretty much. You think it's interesting that they're bringing her back?
I'm not sure what role she's going to play in this. Probably.
If Randy made another videotape, I'm calling bullshit. Yeah. For Scream 3, it was like, all right, fair enough. He's made a video and he's handed it in. It was funny. It was funny when
rules of the franchise.
Yeah, it was funny when you found out he lost his virginity in between movies in the back of the video store and stuff like that. But yeah, if he's made another videotape, I call bullshit. So we then have Mindy Meeks Martin, who once again will be at least in some way related to Randy, with the occupation, high school student. And she is portrayed by Jasmine Savoy Brown. That's all we've got. Chad Meeks Martin, brother. So okay, that's we've not got a lot again, but doesn't say anything about Randy. But I'm assuming with the name Meeks, there is a relative. It actually says here it's possible she's a relative of Randy Meeks and Martha Meeks, but that's all it says. I don't think any of the Meeks characters will be killers personally.
Could be a swerve.
You think they're going to make someone related to Randy the killer?
Could be a swerve there, man.
Well, we then have her brother, Chad Meeks Martin, again, possibly related to Randy. I apologize for the amount of adverts on this. It is ludicrous. Chad Meeks Martin is an upcoming main character in Scream 2022. He is portrayed by Mason Gooden. He is the brother of Mindy Meeks Martin. He is a high school student from Woodsboro, and that's all we have from him. His character's name was confirmed by HelloSydney.com.
Sounds reliable.
That's a cool name for a Scream website, though.
Hello, Sydney.
Your Ghostface is just terrible, I have to say. I appreciate that you keep trying it. I mean, it's the effort that counts for a large part, but it's just terrible. Ali, you like some impressions. Let's hear your Ghostface.
Hello, Sydney.
Okay, Jamie, I take it back. Yours was actually pretty good. Okay, so we have Richie Kirsch. Richie is an upcoming main character. He is portrayed by Jack Quaid. Oh, I recognize him. Do not know what from though. He's supposedly a high school student. I don't buy it. He looks easily
like he's in his 30s, but yes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't buy that for a second. But okay. It just says his character's name was confirmed. We've got nothing else about him. But realistically, he looks creepy. He's trying to pass for much younger than he is. He's probably the killer.
With a Justin Bieber haircut.
Yeah, you can't trust a 30-year-old man who's trying to hang out with high school students. So I'm just saying. Okay, we have Deputy Farney. Funny name, but I would guess.
Funny feeling the cop didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think the cop did it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. We don't even have an image of him. I'm assuming it's a him. We also have Deputy Vincent. I don't think we'll have an image of them either. But I'm pretty sure that just confirms that none of them done it. I'm sure if they did it, we would have something about them by now.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Who else is on that list you had? Was the main character like not meant to be something like called Sarah?
Well, we have Samantha Carpenter next. We've still got lots of people on the list. We're not at the end of the list. So Samantha, in quotation marks, Sam, is an upcoming main character. She is portrayed by Melissa Barrera, and she is the sister of Tara Carpenter. She's a high school student from Woodsboro, and we don't have anything else about her. However, she's given me final girl vibes. I believe she may be the final girl, the possible Sydney replacement, if we think Sydney is getting replaced. What's your thoughts? Yeah. Final girl or killer? Is she giving you Sydney vibes, or is she giving you Jill vibes? What's the?
Nah, I think she might be the next Sydney, because from what I understand, the main characters, this is meant to be a soft reboot, so the main characters will be there, but I think it's more of a handover type thing. So she might be the next Sydney.
What do you think, Ali?
Quite possibly. Yep. If going with what Jamie's saying, and for what I'm reading, they're wanting to hand over the reins to this generation's folk. So yeah, she could possibly be a potential candidate.
I should point out that I am just skipping existing characters. So I'm skipping Dewey, I'm skipping Sydney, and I'm about to skip Gail. Now there is a Ghostface bit here. Will we click and see what it says about Ghostface?
Yeah, why not?
I very much doubt it's going to give us Ghostface's real name.
For astute readers that actually care, here is the killer.
Okay, Ghostface is the main villain of the Scream series. Yes.
And it's a picture from Scream 1, so from the first Scream, so that doesn't really count.
And it gives us a rundown of all the people who have portrayed Ghostface.
Sweet.
Out of curiosity, let's have a wee look. Roger Jackson, I believe, voiced Ghostface in all of them. Anyway, we are, that's pretty much it. Gives us a spiel about Ghostface, but we don't need to read that. We know about Ghostface. If you're watching this video, you know about Ghostface. Unless you've just stumbled here somehow, you've come down some weird dark hole on the internet and landed on a video about us talking shit about Scream 5 characters. I apologize. You've done something wrong with your life. So next we have Tara Carpenter, who I'm going to use my detective skills and say is the sister of Sam, considering they have already told us that.
Good work.
Yeah, and she is portrayed by Jenna Ortega. She is the sister of Samantha Carpenter. Boom. Like Sherlock Holmes, me. And she's a high school student from Woodsboro and currently alive. It's interesting that it tells us for each of these characters that they're alive. I'd imagine if they're going to go back and update this after the release of the movie, which would be interesting.
I'll just say deceased.
So we have Judy Hicks, who we will skip because we know Judy from Scream 4, and it is very unlikely that Deputy Judy is the killer, unless either of you have a theory that Judy's gone off the rails. Maybe Dewey.
Yeah, she snaps.
Dewey rejected her too many times, and she just thought, "Fuck it."
She had enough of Gail Weathers' bullshit, and that was it. So, okay, so we have Vince. So Vincent, he's another creepy looking one. He looks a bit like kind of got a Billy Loomis thing going on. Like if you cross Billy and Stu, and you would be left with this guy. So Vince is an upcoming main character in Scream. He is portrayed by Kyle Gallner. He's a high school student from Woodsboro who is currently alive, and it appears like there is no other information about his character on this. But
and with a name like Vince, we've got a new front runner for the killer.
We do. I I still think the other guy looks a bit shady as well, but not as shady as this guy. This guy is
Leaning
the
on his-
shade master. Yeah.
Yeah, leaning on his automobile, jerked head to the side. He's called Vince. What more do you need?
He's not even got a surname. That's a fair point. Richie Kirsch, who I'm like, yeah, he's clearly too old to be at high school. At least he has a surname. When you've only got one name, I don't trust that. That's not good. That's you can't trust anyone with one name. Look at the likes of Cher or Eminem. There's something wrong with those people. I'm just saying. Prince, yeah, it's
from San Andreas.
Okay, so we only have 2 characters left. So again, it won't give us much about either of them, I'd wager. So we have Liv Mckenzie. So let's see what it says about Liv. And once again, sorry for these pop-ups. This website, while pretty cool, is also a bit of a pain in the backside. So Liv is portrayed by Sonia Ben Amer, and she's a high school student from Woodsboro. And that's all it gives us. Oh wait, notes. It's not all it gives us. It is possible she is the daughter of the Mackenzies referenced in the opening scene of Scream.
Ooh.
As in when after Casey Becker is killed, his dad
says,
Drew
Barrymore's.
No, Drew Barrymore's was Casey Becker, and her dad, after they hear Drew on the phone, they hear Casey on the phone. Her dad tells the mom, "Go to the Mackenzies, get help."
Right. Yeah.
So there's a link right there to the first film.
There is a link
some way.
to the first film. Yeah. I mean, it's it's a very small link, but it's there. It's it makes it feel like Woodsboro's a real town, having some small link from characters. And realistically, that film was that they could have been a young couple who had a daughter.
Yeah.
And that could quite easily fit correct timeline and whatnot. So our final character is Wes Hicks. Let's have a look at what it says about Wes Hicks. So I'm assuming he is kind of a tribute to Wes Craven with the name, especially since Wes Craven's passing, and this is the first Scream film not directed by him. But he is portrayed by Dylan Minetti. I do not know. He's a high school student from Woodsboro, and it is possible that he's a relative of Judy Hicks. So we have that. He could be a relative of Deputy Judy. That's it. That's all the characters we have. So looking at him, I don't think he's going to be villainous. I think being named after Wes Craven, again, I'm assuming he's named after Wes Craven. I think he might be the new Dewey Riley character, the male lead. What do you think about that?
I think we're just going to have to wait and see what transpires.
He doesn't look like as much of an arsehole as the other ones. So
that's true. That is true.
It looks a bit more likable. So yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I genuinely think he's potentially going to be the new male lead, although I do recognize the actor playing him, and that realistically is almost never a good sign. When you recognize so he was in Don't Breathe, which I have seen, and 13 Reasons Why, which I have not seen, but I have heard of. I believe that was a show on Netflix. So often, in things, maybe not so much in movies, but certainly in TV shows and stuff, if you recognize someone, they're normally the killer. But yeah, in this particular case, I believe he may be filling the role of Dewey. And what was it you said, Ali? What was your piece? We'll just have to wait and see. With
not having a lot of information, man, it will just be a case of let's see what happens when Scream 5 rolls out.
Well, that is a phenomenal way to bitch out of giving an answer.
Not a problem.
That's how you do that.
Unless they do something ridiculous and make it like a minor character, but no Scream film has ever done that. It's always been someone that's appeared. The
only minor character we kind of had was Mrs. Loomis.
Yeah,
even then, we still had Mickey, who was he was front and center for the first half of that movie. So and then Mrs. Loomis still appeared, and she still had a good amount of screen time, a good amount of lines. She wasn't just someone hanging around in the background. So okay, I'm looking at the character for Vince, who I'm pretty convinced. So I've just clicked on to the actor, and it turns out I actually do recognize him when he's not in his Vince pose. He's been in Dear White People, which I have not seen, The Walking Dead, which I saw some of before going bored of it, and Veronica Mars. So it's The Walking Dead that I've seen him in. But yeah, my money is on Vince as the killer. But here's a question for you, Ali. Do you think there's one or two killers in this movie?
I'm gonna throw out a wild card here and say, because it's the fifth film in the franchise, there's 5 killers.
Hello.
There you go.
I'm not sure there's enough characters that we've gone through for there to be 5 killers.
We don't know. Okay. There might be a cult by this time.
Yeah, screw it. It's a Ghostface syndicate, and they're all involved.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm not on the side of that. I would like to put that.
I'm thinking it's just got to be.
That's fine.
It's just got to be the one.
You think it's just the one, Jamie? So they've only had one. Yeah. They've only done one killer once before, and that was.
It's been teams in all the other ones, so I reckon they might do another single killer.
Okay. Any guesses for who you think it is then?
I think Vince or the other guy.
Vince or Richie Kirsch. Mm-hmm. Is that the one you're falling on? The one who I'm saying looks too old to be in high school.
Yeah, that guy with the gelled hair or whatever he's doing there.
Played by Jack Quaid. He's definitely too old. Look at this photo of him here. He's in like a brown leather jacket and stuff. I swear to God, he looks older than me. So worse than that, he looks older than Ali. No one's that age.
So if we got it right, we can look back and say called it.
No, that's what I know him from. He's in The Boys. So yeah, that's who he is there. And he's in The Hunger Games. Do not know him in The Hunger Games, but fair enough. Yeah. So he played Hamish in the Hunger Games. Katniss's sort of mentor, I think. No, he didn't. Hamish was played by.
Wait, then who was he?
I forgot the name of the actor who plays Hamish. That is ridiculous. Ali.
Oh, was that Katniss? The guy that liked
Hunger Games.
The guy that liked Katniss.
He's in Natural Born Killers. The guy who played Hamish. He's the main guy in Natural Born Killers.
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. That's it. Harrelson. Either way, it's that's who plays Hamish. It's not him at all. I don't know who he was in Hunger Games, but either way, those are our predictions. We believe Richie Kirsch and Vince are going to be the killers, except for Ali, who believes there's going to be 5 killers.
Throwing it out there.
Actually, you know what? I don't think it's going to be Vince and Richie. I think it's going to be one of them and potentially one of the female characters as well. So I don't think either Sam or Tara Carpenter. I think both of those characters will be, non-killers. But and I don't think any of the Meeks characters. So that leaves. I think it's going to be Liv Mckenzie. because I still think Amber Freeman, who was the other new female character, I still think she's going to be the first one dead. So I think Liv Mckenzie and let's go with Vince. I think Richie, he's clearly too old to be high school, but you know what? Maybe he's just been kept back a bunch of times. Maybe he played football, got hit on the head a bit too hard, and just has to keep repeating high school over and over again. But I think they've done a male and female combo twice now. I think it worked really well in the last film. I think Jill Roberts was fantastic, played by Emma Roberts. I think we all agree she's a pretty kick-ass Ghostface. I think her partner Charlie wasn't so good. So I think this time they can. And the previous time we saw a male and female was Mrs. Loomis and Mickey, where I think Mickey was a kick-ass Ghostface, but Mrs. Loomis, well, pulling the strings, wasn't so effectual herself. So I think this time it would be nice to see a male-female combo where they're like just a brutally effective tag team. It's Ali. Speaking of tag teams, are there any tag teams in wrestling history with a male-female combo that's actually been effective? I actually think of one myself. Balls, Triple H and China.
No. In recent times, not since the days of Luna Vachon and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Okay,
so they're going back a few years.
Yeah, so if anyone's interested in finding out more about those guys, they can go and check out Ali's channel, where he discusses wrestling, comic books, and science fiction stuff. If you want some different stuff, you can check out Jamie's channel. He does Harry Potter content and he reacts to stuff on occasion. It does happen. And if you're after more Scream content, stay right here. We have lots more. We have videos where we're not just randomly speculating on very little information. We have in-depth videos discussing stuff.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. But we've got to do what we got to do. So it is what it is. So let us know in the comments, if you've made it this far, who you think the killers are going to be. Do you think there's going to be 1, 2, 5, anything in between? Let us know, and let us know who you think they are. And let us know if you agree that Vince looks suspicious. Only having one name, that shit's just no on. So in the meantime, thanks for joining us. And like any good killer, we will be back for one last scare.